So I'm getting married in less than 2 months and I'm making my wedding dress from scratch. I have zero prior experience sewing anything, but I have I can do anything attitude. I have a great teacher and I have a healthy dose of Delulu. No, but honestly, this has been a extremely fulfilling experience and I'm still in it. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. And I figured I'd document the journey. So how did I decide that this is what I wanted to do? I will backtrack and offer some context. I'm a new mom to a beautiful baby girl, and as you can imagine, it's been an adjustment. One of the biggest challenges for me has been making time for creative expression and just like me time, because I feel like I am constantly being pulled in so many different directions. Oh, something as selfish as creativity and self-expression and me time. I've been telling myself I don't have time for that. I now realize how harmful that narrative is, and so I'm just unlearning that. I am a mother, yes, and a great one at that. And I also am an individual with interests and desires and ideas that need to be actualized for my own fulfillment. And this is really important to me because I feel like I saw in retrospect how disconnected from myself I felt in the earlier months of like postpartum, because I simply did not give myself, I felt like I deprived myself of anything outside of like baby. Anything that felt selfish, anything that felt self-indulgent, anything that felt like it was going to pull my attention or energy away from my daughter, I deprived myself of. A big reason for this is because I felt like self-sacrificing is like the key to being a good mom. And that's a whole thing. That's a whole nother subject that, maybe I'll do another video on. Regardless, I now know that I do need to take care of myself. And in taking care of myself, I am able to then show up better as a better mom with more energy and more patience and more love and more care, because I'm giving that to myself. And you're probably like, okay, what does any of this have to do with the wedding? But it's all related, I promise. Anyways, so I wasn't feeling like myself for some time, and I decided to treat myself to something that I've wanted for a long time, which is to learn how to sew. And there just so happened to be a new studio that opened. And so I would walk by all the time and poke in and just talk to the owner and teacher, Miss Nicole Nicola. She was just the sweetest little cupcake. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I did. And it was such an empowering decision, because it was something that I was doing for myself and committing to every week. This is my time for me to express myself, for me to actualize a goal that I have set for myself that is completely and only in service of myself. Okay, so my first class, it was very intimate, and our teacher explained like what to expect, and that essentially she would teach us the basics, but then would challenge us to pick an article of clothing that is challenging so that she can help guide us along the process of creating this item of clothing. And another side note is I have this toxic trait of like, if I share something with somebody and they're just like, what? That's absurd, girl, you crazy. It like solidifies my desire to want to do it. So I'm like, okay, so we doing this for real now, because like half jokingly, I'm like, oh, okay, you want us to pick something hard? Well, I'm getting married in September. So like maybe I'll make my wedding dress. And she was like, yeah, we can do it. And her level of like confidence and belief in me, I feel like it just like radiated into me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, we can do this. I can do this. We're gonna do this. So that was that. So a little about this master of textile, Miss Nicole Nicola. She has over 30 years of experience, and she's well versed in not just in machine sewing, but I mean crochet, knitting, hand sewing, natural textile dyeing with plants. She even grows the plants that she uses to dye the fibers. So I was just like, okay, we're locked in. You're my person. I love everything that you do. Let's do this. I just have to give her flowers, because anytime I would come with an idea or switch up the plan or come with my little rink-a-dink sketch, she fully was such a cheerleader for me and reassured me that like, yes, I can do this and this is going to be amazing. Anyways, I'm really excited about this process, and I already feel proud of myself for not overthinking it, because as soon as the idea came, I kind of just did it and committed to it. And had I taken more time to like ruminate and think about it, I probably would have talked myself out of it. This series is not going to be a tutorial because I'm still in it. I don't necessarily know fully what I'm doing, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I'm not sure if it's going to be aesthetically pleasing or aspirational in any way, but I do know that it is going to be perfect for me. It is going to be a reflection of who I am, my style, my energy. It is going to be a reflection of my body, and it's going to be a one of one. So I'm already in love with it, and that is very important to me. This whole process feels like a practice of deep love and acceptance. I want to carry that into my marriage. I'm not trying to be aesthetically pleasing or aspirational within our love either. I want it to be real. I want it to be unique with all of our quirks and imperfections. I want our love to be a reflection of us as individuals. That is what makes our love so special, and that's what makes it a one of one. I want to be in love with what is already in front of me, not what I was hoping the outcome to be. Thank you for listening, and wish me luck. Peace.
What you gonna say? 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 What you gonna say?